The Gary Henderson Show is brought to you by the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, Papa John's, Paul Miller Ford Mazda, P-Rats, Shelter Insurance, Specialty Foods Group, and by UK Healthcare.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Brian Milam. Welcome to the Gary Henderson Show. The 2016 UK baseball season began February 19th in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And after 93 days, the regular season is now complete. Over the next half hour, we will relive the best moments of this 2016 UK baseball season. So let's not waste any time. We've had a great variety of highlights. Let's begin with our best defensive plays.
That ball is torched. Is it enough? Wilson makes a catch at the wall. Guidance of drive to Monaco. Ooh, line back to Lewis. I think he hit it off the end, which helped him out. Nichols lifts one up in the air. What a catch by Carson.
Took something off that one. Hetty on the run, can't make the play cleanly, but somehow recovers.
Hard hit at second. Nice diving stab by Becker to his left, to his feet, and he throws on to White.
Hit in the air to left center. It's slicing away from Wilson, and he's going to be able to run it down. His third outstanding catch of the weekend.
How about the stop by Evan White? Strecker covers and hit hard. Rex got it.
It's been very good with the exception of a home run by delay. See if Coleman can beat this one out. He'll have to beat Beggs over to the first base bag, and he dove and got there.
Man, the run Ray was going. This one popped up. Corey's going to have to hurry to get back to the bag, and they collide, and he caught the outfield, and then caught by the center fielder. Unbelievable. Okay, grounded out twice and hit into a double play. It's this one down the right field line, and at the wall. Did he make the catch? Yes! Oh, what a catch by Carson in right field.
Nomura. Bouncer over the mound. Shortstop Riley Mahan behind the bag. Low throw picked out nicely, and there we see it from Evan White on the other end.
Rex on the move. And he hangs on to the baseball. That's Connor Hetty ranging far to his left. What a play.
Greer jumps on the first one he sees. Little flare and an over-the-shoulder sliding catch by Hetty. Beautiful play.
Look for it, and Bobby Hart does this.
Hit hard to right and a diving catch made by Hairston. Boy, we've seen some good defense in this game early on.
Kyle Cody has done it again.
When we come back on the show, we will take a look at the offense, the home runs that left Cliff Hagan Stadium. That's next on the Gary Henderson Show. Thank you for staying with us on this season finale of the Gary Henderson Show. Entering this weekend, the final weekend against the Missouri Tigers, Kentucky had hit 50 round trippers on the season, and if you saw some of them, you know they came at incredible moments. We saw home runs which get reviewed, game-tying home runs, and the always dramatic game-winning grand slam, just to name a few.
Rex blasts one out of here. That ball is launched deep to left. Out of here. Gunnar McNeil. That ball's hit very, very hard. That'll get you out of the slump. He is red hot. Continues, slaps that one to left. It is out of here. What a day for Shelby.
That's high, that's deep. Maldonado drifting back. 1-0 Kentucky lead.
Boy, not much doubt about that one.
This is a guy who can turn a fastball around in a heartbeat.
He can. He's got a lot of pop.
Hammer. Reed on the run. Wow. He won't get it. That's a 3-run shot for Dorian Hairston. High and deep. Into the wind. But it doesn't matter. That's a tie game. High and deep.
Slimy.
Go back. Look up. Good night. A grand slam for the Kentucky shortstop. Kentucky 6, Alabama 2. Hammered
That's it,
by
good.
Dorian Hairston. Go back, look up, it's gone.
Well, we told you about his power.
Hogs made a nice play on him. That one is high and deep. Drifting back is Susterstick. And he watches it clear the fence. And Javon Shelby homers again against the Dayton Flyers for the 3rd time this year. It's average up to 353. High and deep. And gone. Evan White is 4 for 4 after the home run.
2-1 delivery, golfed high and deep to right field. Ebert going back, and it is out of here. Second home run of the year for Zach Rex.
High and deep to left. Curving and going foul. Plenty of distance for Shelby. Mark Chapman will go in to take a look. It's going to be a home run.
They've had to use the replay, but typically it hasn't gone well.
That ball is hit very deep to left, and it's a home run. A 3-run homer for Shelby down the line.
No need for replay on that one.
For the freshman this year, 2-0 in the air, deep right field. This is a no-doubter. See you later. A solo home run for Tristan Pompey.
This past week.
And he cranks this one to left. Going back to Stino, looking up at the wall. Goodbye, home run. A 2-run shot for Javon Shelby. That's hit well. Deep right. Goodbye, home run, and we're tied up again. Hit well. Right field. Has a chance. Goodbye, home run. Ball game. Kentucky wins the game and takes the series. An improbable win for Gary Henderson's team. Only 5 hits all day. 4 of them extra base hits, 3 of them home runs.
If you've ever played baseball, you know it's one of the most exhilarating moments of your life, hitting a home run when it matters the most. When we come back, it's the season finale of the Gary Henderson Show. We've got a lot more. Stay with us. Throughout this season, we have had a variety of features on the UK baseball team. We took a look at some of the unique hairstyles, record-setting hitting streaks, UK switch hitters, and one Wildcats' unusual path to Lexington.
It all started with getting an opportunity with Coach Eckstein, and he saw me right outside of the stadium.
Bo Wilson has a scooter, and Zach was riding the back of the scooter, and when he got off, just the way he was moving, the way kind of he was walking, I asked him, I said,
"Hey, you look like you could play some baseball."
And I said, "You've played ball before, haven't you?" And he said,
"Yeah, I can kind of play. I mean, I could try to again. I mean, I haven't played in 2 years in Division I level, but I'll try."
Well, Rex has done a lot more than just try. He has been killing the baseball, especially when you consider a 2-year hiatus from the game.
It's base knock for Rex. Good piece of hitting on a 1-2 count.
And while it might be a surprise to outsiders the success Rex has had, he says he knew he could do it all along.
I'm not surprised because I've worked really hard in the offseason, and I'm just getting after it in the offseason and trusting my skills and just trusting my abilities as a player. And I'm not surprised at all.
Gunnar McNeil and Evan White both have 20-plus game hitting streaks, and for McNeil, he has set the modern-day record for hitting at UK. And here's what Coach Rick Eckstein said about his hitting.
He has a passion to be a really good player. You know, obviously he has a feel at the plate, and he really does a nice job capturing the moment. I mean, his mentality is second to none.
Make it 7. He went down the first baseline, his first at-bat. He just sprays it all over the place. Impressive. Professional hitter right here.
He handles those moments wonderfully. He influences the other guys on the team in a way that it's hard to describe.
One of the SEC's best hitters, McNeil.
McNeil enters this weekend with Alabama on a 23-game hitting streak. Evan White has a 20-game hitting streak. It is a friendly rivalry, and the two push each other.
It's something we try not to focus too much on. You know, both of us just try to hit the ball very hard each time we go to the plate. But it's definitely something, you know, after the game or something like that, we can, you know, mess around a little bit about it and stuff like that. But, you know, we're just having fun with it, you know, trying to do everything we can to help the team win.
What's it like to have a guy like Evan White at first?
Man, that's my boy, man. Evan White, man, he's a genie over there at first base. You know, you make a bad throw and he makes it look easy. So, I mean, half my throws, I give credit to Evan for him, you know, and I think Riley would say the same thing, too.
There's the pick by Evan White.
He's had almost 1,000 chances at first base, and he's committed just 2 errors. Plays like this put him on the national scene.
He's one of the best I've seen in all the years I've been covering college baseball.
What he does with the glove at first base has really been beneficial for us.
What would your glove say if it could talk? Because you're only as good as your glove, and the glove's only as good as you.
That's a good question as well. I would say just talk about how much it enjoys playing defense. You know, it enjoys being out there and, you know, helping the team in any way it can. So
it's the Craze sweeping the UK baseball team and parts of the SEC. Dustin Beggs, Gunnar McNeil, Javon Shelby, Kyle Cody even, the beard of Zach Strecker. It's all about the hair.
Hey, I think that it's just kind of one of those things that keeps growing and people keep loving it.
I tell you what, it's contagious.
It has been contagious. So much so, UK pitcher Logan Salo wore a wig to practice one day, surprising Dustin Beggs.
How would you rate your hair with Javon's?
Come on now, me, baby. Me, by far. Sooner or later, these are going to look like Andrew McCutcheon, so, yeah, me.
Kyle Cody, with his little fro that he's got going on, that's really nice, too, on the bump on Sundays. We love that.
So when's the last time you had any kind of a trim?
Trim? I don't even know what that is.
Who's got the best? You, Gunnar? Is it Shelby? I mean, who's got the best lid?
Oh, definitely me. I think best in SEC for sure.
It is certainly one of the special perks of this job, getting to tell the stories of our UK student athletes. On the way next, we let one of the coaches take us inside the game, literally. That's next on the Gary Henderson Show. One of my favorite moments from this past UK baseball season was the weekend the top-ranked Florida Gators came to Lexington and UK took the series. During the Saturday game number 2 of that 3-game set, third base coach Keith Vorhoff wore a wireless microphone. Some of the things we heard, they were hilarious, strategic, and prophetic.
Yeah. Y'all ready to go? Sure. All right. When do y'all get going, or have y'all already started? April 9th, that's the man dialed into what's happening. Appreciate y'all coming out today. Attaboy. Attababy, yeah, man. God, he's good at first. Dave, how are you? David, good to see you. You did a really good job last night. Oh, I appreciate that. We could just clone Evan White. Because we got the RBI machine on deck. And there's nobody out. Just thinking out loud for the camera there, bro. We're rolling the dice a little bit on a gapper. We got Doc on deck. Let's go. Let's go. That wasn't quite the board, but that'll work. That'll baby. Great job, that boy. The cliff giveth, the cliff taketh away. I think the third baseman thinks I'm crazy over here talking to myself. Hey, way to take your dose like a man. Not a boy. You good? All right. That was a nice play. Top 10 line drive. What do I think in terms of pitch and what they're going to do? I don't think they're going to punt. This guy doesn't have a sack on the year. And this guy hit 2 homers yesterday to right, and the wind's blowing that way. Not a boy. We're going to get this guy going. Oh, Evan can have somebody on base. Get through. No, that guy's a good player. He's fast, though. Well, we got a key to run on. I don't think we're going to run with Babe up.
You know where his arm is?
Yeah.
It looks like it's a slider. It's like palms facing upwards. You can see the top of the bottom of his forearm. With the fastball, it's kind of more like a sideways angle.
I got you.
See if you can miss it.
All right. We're going down angle.
Yeah.
If you're out. Yeah. It's down. I don't know that I've ever seen that. Seen a lot of baseball. I hadn't seen that before.
One of the great all-time guys with Kentucky baseball, assistant coach Keith Vorhoff. When we come back, it's time for the seniors to say goodbye and relive some of their greatest moments on the Gary Henderson Show. As we say goodbye to you for this 2016 regular season for Kentucky baseball, we also say so long to 7 seniors who, in many ways, gave us, their teammates, and themselves memories to last a lifetime.
It's really just been a blur. I mean, I can think back to starting basic training at the academy. That was 4 years ago, and then 2 years ago, my first day of classes here, and trying out to be a walk-on here. It's been an awesome experience, but it's really gone by so fast.
My favorite moment as a player on the field was probably LSU last year, the 12-inning marathon game. That ball hit Bregman in the foot to keep us alive, and I remember thinking that it got through and just having my head down, and I see it, and I just thank the big guy upstairs for it.
2 weeks ago when we were playing South Carolina here, and we had that huge rainstorm kind of coming at the end of the game while I was pitching, and it was kind of cool. My mom has a picture that kind of looks like a painting with all the rain coming down and me in the stretch throwing, so it was a cool experience.
Yeah, first time that I came to this field was actually when T-Bone was playing, Lil T-Bone, John T. I was just in awe, and I was like, I want to play baseball here.
Being able to be with these seniors for 4 years and with the other guys for however long they were here, it's been a lot of fun. It's a great team, great chemistry, just a lot of friendships that I think will last for a long time.
I got to represent my state because this was my dream school. This is what I wanted to do over, professional baseball, anything. I always said I wanted to play at the University of Kentucky, and it's kind of a bittersweet ending, I guess. Playing one last series here.
It's been a quick 4 years. It's been a great 4 years, probably the best 4 years I've had so far, and I'm going to have a lot of memories to bring back, from my lifetime from this.
For everyone associated with UK baseball, we say thank you. I'm Brian Milam, your host for the Gary Henderson Show. We'll see you next year at the Cliff. So long, everybody, and go Cats.
Play ball! The Gary Henderson Show was brought to you by the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, Papa John's, Paul Miller Ford Mazda, P-Rats, Shelter Insurance, Specialty Foods Group, and by UK Healthcare.